Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are writing CA exams in January 2026, whether you are in CA Inter or CA Final, this video is for you. In this video, I will be talking about 3 important things that you cannot afford to forget while you are preparing for your January 2026. In case you are new to this channel, I am CA Harish. I make content for CA, CMA and CA students, and I am also the author of the book Substance and Form. Okay, let's get right into the video. The first thing that I want you to keep in mind is, as of now, when I'm recording this video, it is the 2nd of September 2025 and you are having your exams in January 2026. So that means we have roughly 120 days to your exams. Now, it might look that you have a lot of time to your exams. Some of you might really be having that sort of a feeling. I don't need to panic. I don't need to rush. Yes, 120 days is seemingly a large amount of time. But it is time that you start your self-preparation. It is time you start your full-fledged preparations. You need to stop going to classes from now. Or if you are watching classes online, you need to put a hard stop to the classes. It might sound counterintuitive. In fact, all 3 suggestions, all 3 advice that you are going to hear in this video will sound counterintuitive. You might find them extremely questionable, but you will thank me later. Now, why am I saying that you have to stop with the classes? If your faculty has completed 70 to 80% of the portions and only some 20-30% of the portions are remaining, consider it as good enough. Faculties, yes, they will say that the chapters are important and their classes are important. I am a teacher myself, and yes, I know how it feels when I'm 70-80% through in a course and I don't want empty seats for the next 20-30% of the classes that I'm going to take. Nobody likes an empty classroom, but you have to ask yourself, if you still keep going to classes for the next 20-30% of the portions, and let's say they finish the classes only by the end of October, most of you watching this might even have an allowance in your mind that I will even start my full-fledged self-preparation only after they complete the classes. Because let's say you might still have like 7 to 8 hours class or 6 to 7 hours classes per day, and you have to travel 10-20 kilometers from your house to the venue, and then you have to come back. You spend 2 to 2.5 hours in commute, and then again some half an hour to 1 hour in getting prepared, getting ready, and after returning you have to unwind. All those things will take easily 2.5 to 3 hours per day. You will be in a situation where you just attend classes, you come back home, and probably you have 30 to 40 minutes to recap whatever that has been spoken in the classes, and you will have absolutely no time to make any sort of self-preparation. We are at beginning of September right now. Let's say, imagine yourself by the time you finish all these classes and by the time you are now field is clear, now you can fully get into your self-preparation. You can get into full-fledged self-preparation. Let's say it is the end of October. From that point, if you look at January 1st, you will have only 60 to 70 days ahead. And that time you will realize, I wish I had started my preparations 40 days earlier. Right now you may be thinking that you have ambitions to write both groups or get rank also, all those things. But if you don't listen to this point that I'm saying, listen to this advice, and if you still keep going to classes, yes, classes will give you that sort of assurance. It will give you that sort of, okay, you need conceptual clarity before you want to actually start studying the topics on your own. You will have all the things, your mind will say all the things just so that you can avoid your self-preparation. So the point again to conclude is, you are good enough to start your self-preparation now. If your faculty has already completed 70 to 80% of the portions, stop with the classes, stop watching classes. Consolidate those 70-80% of the portions now. You can worry about the untouched 20% later. Let's say you are in such a peculiar situation where your faculty has completed only 40-50% of the portions and you want to get your money's worth. Then I will suggest prioritize which classes you want to go and which you can boldly skip. In this situation, skip the classes that belong to theory papers like auditing, papers like law, papers like GST. These three topics, and of course strategic management. These three topics you can quit and you should quit because you can read them on your own. Papers like costing, financial management and advanced accounting or financial reporting, where you definitely need some expert advice, you definitely need some conceptual clarity to even proceed. Yes, you can prioritize those classes and just attend those accounts or costing classes alone, and you come back home and get on with your self-preparation. So that's the first point that I wanted to highlight in this segment. If you think that you have received even a tiny bit of value from this video so far, tap that like button and we will get on to the second point. The second point that I would like to talk is switch your thinking from topic oriented to time oriented. During my student days, when I used to ask my friends that how many hours are you studying per day, I get a standard reply from a lot of high achieving friends that I never focus on time per day. I don't go by the hours I work. I focus on how many topics I cover. I set a fixed number of pages or a fixed number of topics per day, and until I finish those topics, I will not go to sleep. It used to sound extremely ambitious, extremely inspiring, and it will almost make you insecure the moment you hear this type of a reply from your high achieving friends. So I have always tried to follow this, and it led me to frustration, insecurity and burnout. For some reason it never worked for me. So I changed my approach from being so goal oriented into so consistency oriented, so time oriented. I decided that I will work only or I will study only for a fixed amount of time per day, a time that is sustainable for me. Yes, in that time I will give my 100% focus. I will keep my phone away. I will stay away from the internet. I will give my 100% focus. Yes. But I will not be worried about whether I'm studying 30 pages per day or 60 pages per day. How much I am going to complete in that time, I am not going to worry about that. My only worry will be, am I sitting in front of the book for X number of hours that day? The hours that I have set as a target for that day, 6 hours per day or 7 hours per day, or when I'm really in the rhythm, 8 hours per day. The problem with having a fixed goal is that it leads you to burnout. It will look absolutely ego fulfilling. You might have heard from a lot of motivational speakers, I will sleep when I'm dead. I will sleep when I complete this. Sleep I am not going to prioritize. All these things, absolutely great motivation materials. They will sound so glorious. They might charge you up temporarily, but they are the shortest route to burnout. Because you cannot control your energy levels every day. Even within the same day, you cannot control your energy levels from time to time. Some of you might be extremely energetic in the morning. Some of you might peak only during late afternoon and you have your good energy late into like 9-10 p.m. So even for the same person, the energy level will differ from time to time. So you cannot fit yourself, get stuck within a fixed number of target. Let's say you decided that you have to study exemptions topic today, and you decided that you will not go to sleep until you finish exemptions or until you finish your input tax credit chapter. The chapter runs for 120, 130 pages. How are you going to maintain, how are you going to tackle that in one day? Let's say you are appearing for both groups and you have planned to do like 2-3 chapters, 2-3 topics per day. Let's say you have planned consolidation, input tax credit, PGBP on the same day. How are you going to handle it? You may not be able to complete the set target within the set time. Usually it will always take a bit longer. Especially the first time when you take up a topic, it will always overrun your estimate. You are going to solve amalgamation for the first time. You think that you will be able to do the entire chapter first round in 10 to 12 hours, but it will take 15 to 16 hours. Only during third round or fourth round, it will get over much faster than you estimate. So the first round, it will always overrun. Therefore, don't get into a day with a fixed topic in mind. Rather, change that into a fixed time. When I wrote Substance and Form, that's exactly what I did. I set up exactly 1 hour. 1 hour for core writing and 3 to 4 hours per day for the research purpose. So every day I worked around 4 to 5 hours on my book. But that 1 hour of core writing was absolutely essential, absolutely compulsory. I did not take any break at all. The majority of the book, 80% of the book, I wrote in some 37-40 days. 1 hour per day. Core writing 1 hour per day. Some days I wrote 800 words only. Some days I wrote 1200 words. On great days, I wrote 1500 words in those 60 minutes. My output kept on varying, but absolutely I was not worried at all. I was absolutely relieved as long as I got myself into the workplace and sat there for 60 minutes with absolute focus. That much only I worried about. And then the other 4 hours, other 3 hours, I focused only on reading materials, gathering notes, and adding my inputs. Some days I read, let's say, 20 pages per hour. Some days I read 40 pages per hour. Some days I read like 50 pages per hour. The output kept on varying. You follow this advice, take this, change your thinking, go from topic oriented to time oriented, set a fixed time, work for that time for the next 10 to 12 days. See how less stressful suddenly the preparation gets, how more in control you will feel. So that's the second point. Let's get into the third and final point. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So this is a famous saying in the Navy SEAL. The soldiers will have to move from one place to the other, and they carry a lot of ammunition with them. Sometimes even injured soldiers. So in that situation, they do not afford to again make any mistakes in their transit, because again, when soldiers move from one place to the other, the terrain is not going to be like a proper road or anything. They have to walk through the forest, walk through pebbles, walk through stones, all those unpredictable terrain. They cannot afford to take one misstep. They may twist their ankle, they may fall down the cliff. Any unfortunate thing, unplanned thing can happen. So the ethos, the military ethos is go slow, don't rush. If you go slow, you will go smooth. And if your journey is smooth, you will reach your destination faster than you expect. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. How do we apply this to our preparation? We apply this to our preparation in the way that if you are starting your preparation now and you are kind of in a rusted situation where you don't have much of momentum, where you have been only attending classes all these months and you are going to do self-preparation. Self-preparation is not an easy job. Self-preparation will test your character, will take whatever that you have got. It takes every bit of your self-control. It tests your focus. It tests your character. So I will say, keep the target less in the beginning. This one point I have been yapping about in my channel for a very long time. I see in CA motivation circle, CA study help circle, that a lot of faculties suggest whenever they give an exam plan to students, study strategies to students, they say that their starting number itself is from 10 hours. They think that students can jump into 5th gear right from the first day. And you are watching this, you are in age between 18 to 23, 24. You are pretty vulnerable. A guy who has cleared CA, who's 27, 28 or who's 30, in early 30s like me, if they say that you have to start from studying from 10 hours per day, you are bound to believe it. You are bound to take it as how it is. You are not going to think twice about it. And the moment that you are not able to reproduce the expectations set by the ambitious faculty, the star faculty, let's say you are able to only study 6 to 7 hours per day in the first week of your preparation, you are going to compare yourself with the expectations set by that star faculty and you are going to start feeling down. You are going to start questioning your ability. You are going to start questioning your own destiny, that am I even eligible to do CA? Everybody around me are talking about that you have to study 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours. And you must have also probably seen some interviews from rank holders saying that I studied for 12 hours per day in the last 4 months. Leave the rank holders alone. Leave the rank holders' advice alone. You may not be able to do it like how they exactly did it. Leave them alone. They are rank holders. You have your own way of preparing. You see what is going to work for you. Let's say I run 700 kilometers every year. This is one of my goals. Every year, my minimum target is to run 700 kilometers. That means every month I run at least 60 kilometers. That means every week I run at least 15 kilometers. That means every time I walk out to run, I run at least 5 kilometers. Now, can you run 5 kilometers? I run 3 5Ks every week. Can I suggest you that? Let's say you want to build your endurance. Let's say you want to build your fitness. I will not suggest you have to run 5 kilometers every day. You might be so out of shape. Yes, a minority of the audience that are watching this video might be able to run 5K even daily. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the normal person who is, let's say, 5.5 feet tall and 75 kilos, they have a weight of 75 kilos, who can't even run 100 meters without catching for breath. I will not ask you to run 5 kilometers a day. I will ask you to say, first put on the shoes and run probably 50 meters. And from there, I will ask you to scale it up. Yes, you will eventually reach 5K, but not now, not today, not tomorrow, not next week. So if you are starting your self-preparation and if you are in a rusted condition, take 5 hours per day as a starting challenge, or 6 hours per day as a starting number. See how you are able to maintain that for the first 7 days. If you have completed 5 to 6 hours of focused productivity, close the day. Don't aim for, let's say, I still have a bit of motivation and shall I even stretch it till 7 hours, 8 hours? No. First 1 week, first 10 days, stay with that 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours range. And from there, increase it by 30 minutes per week. In a matter of 5 to 6 weeks, you will be averaging about 7.5 to 8 hours per day. And if you are starting your preparation 4 months ahead of the exam, and if you are studying every day, 8 hours is more than sufficient. In 120 days, even if your average turns out to be 7 hours per day, you would have clocked almost 840 hours of preparation. 840 hours of preparation for 6 papers itself will be sufficient. It will almost get your job done. It is still risky, but it will almost get your job done. Because 850 divided by 6, you almost get 130, 140 hours of preparation per paper. 150 is like a safe zone, but still you get 130 to 140 hours of preparation. If you are writing only one group, then average of 7 hours per day stretched for 120 days is absolutely sufficient. You will get a lot of time to recover. You will get a lot of time to do the other things, extracurricular things that you have always wanted to do. It's not that you have to get into this cocoon or this shell. Let's say you don't want to listen to this advice and you are really motivated by some star faculty or some star CA influencer or a rank holder, and you want to play this 12 hours per day game, and you're going to do this right from day one. Yes, you might be able to do it on day one. You might be doing it on day 2. But day 3, you will start to feel your brain is kind of too fogged, too loaded. Day 4, you will start hating opening the book. You won't even feel like touching the book. Then you will feel like you want to take a couple of days break. But let's say you took day 5 and day 6 as break. By the end of day 6, your perfectionist tendencies will kick in. You will start to think that I started, the 3 days were great. I studied 12 hours per day, 12.5 hours per day. But day 4, day 5, I couldn't study much. Day 5, day 6, I took complete break. Okay, let's start again. Day 7, day 8, you will again get into this 12-hour per day game. The point is, you will not feel in control. You will always feel that you will either be fully relaxed beyond the necessity, and then you will start to catch up. You will start to do some firefighting. That will be the problem. If you set a very low number and you try to stretch it across a long period of time, play the patience game, you will study every day. You will feel like, yes, okay, it's just 7 hours. I can definitely do 7 hours. Very much within my control. It's within my range. So that's the third point that I wanted to suggest, which is start small, take it slow, scale very gradually, and scale it by 30 minutes per week. By the time you reach 8.5 hours per day, cap it at that target time. Don't try to stretch beyond that. Don't give in to your ego. Yes, it is your ego that is saying that you are capable of doing 2 hours more, 3 hours more. The same ego, when you are burnt out, will not be compassionate with you. The same ego will tell you that you are a loser. you wasted 2 days without studying your book. But the reality would have been that you actually needed that break because you overtaxed your brain and body for the last 3-4 days by stretching for 12-14 hours per day. So see if you can sustain that number and work with the number that you can sustain. So that's the end of the video. I hope you got some value out of it. In case you want to buy this book, Substance and Form, you can again log into becomeca.com and you can buy the book in that website. I have delisted this book from Amazon and Flipkart, so you can only buy this book from my website. I have given the link to buy this book in the description below. Thank you for joining with me today. I really wish you all the best for your Jan 26 exams. I will see you in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.